Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
This is episode 86 of Bengals On The Brain, presented by First Star Logistics, and I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. Who's the best 86 in Bengals history? This one is very easy. Darnay Scott, we did 85. We knew it was Chad. And Isaac Curtis, I wonder if anyone would take or say Isaac Curtis is better than Chad. Different eras? I don't think so. But Darnay Scott, easily the best number 86 in Bengals history. He had nearly 6,000 yards receiving, was second fiddle to Carl Pickens at the time, but was still a very, very good player for them, mostly getting about 850 yards per season. Did have 1,000-yard season for the Bengals. I mostly remember that team from playing NFL Blitz in the 98-ish era. I think NFL Blitz was 98. But throwing bombs to Pickens and Scott from Jeff Blake. Yeah, those were fun times. And if you're my age, I always thought highly of Darnay Scott, even though we like looking at the stats, I'm like, he was good, but not great. I thought he was great as a kid. It's like, I don't know if you've seen that meme floating around right now, or like the TikTok and the reels on Instagram of you can never understand how an 8-year-old boy feels watching some mediocre receiver from his past. And that's probably Darnay Scott for me. I thought he was excellent. I knew Carl Pickens was good. That was like one of the first jerseys I ever got. But Darnay Scott I thought was fun. Anyways, that's rambling, and I didn't want to do that. But we are going back to the film today for today's episode. There's two players we haven't watched from the draft class yet. And I saved them to watch together because they played for the same team. Both played at Ole Miss. I don't want to say Ole Miss, although it means the same thing. Cedric Johnson and Daijahn Anthony. Daijahn, kind of like the slot safety type guy. And Cedric Johnson, a defensive end, who had, in the game we're going to watch versus LSU, he had 5 pressures in this game. And Daijahn Anthony was targeted, I want to say 6 times. He has 7 tackles. So we're going to see a lot of action between the two of them. Anthony was 75 snaps. So he's out there the entire time, as expected. We'll have to monitor when Cedric Johnson's in and out of the lineup. But one of the oldest guys from their class, Anthony will be a 24-year-old rookie. Johnson is 21, one of the youngest players. I think he may be the youngest player they drafted. He and Marius Mims, I have to check it. But let's dive into the film and watch this game. And I think it's a really fun game for us to get our first exposure of these two day 3 rookies that have a shot to make this roster. All right, we got Ole Miss versus LSU. Let me pause it real fast so we make sure we've got the right players here and we know who we're looking at because it's the first snap. Daijahn Anthony is the, like I said, slot safety. You're going to see him down in the slot a lot. What I would call safeties are these guys, right? But in college, a lot of times, like Dax Hill, because, the conversation will never end on Dax Hill, this is considered safety or slot defender. And it's same as how Bengals use Mike Hilton, to be honest with you, is, hey, you're a slot guy, but really watch him in coverage and you'll see what I'm saying. Like, he's not the best coverage guy, so you're not really a slot. It's like having 3 safeties out there. And then while Cedric Johnson is going to be number 2. So we've got number 3 and number 2. We will go back to every play here and try and watch Cedric Johnson as well. If I don't know if they're going to give us the end zone angle for both of these. So let's see if they do. So Daijahn Anthony getting in on this first play as the referee takes a hit. So Cedric Johnson. So every time we get the other angle is when we're gonna go and say, all right, we're watching mostly Daijahn Anthony. So from this angle, watch Daijahn Anthony in the slot, eyes in the backfield the whole time, comes up, helps make a tackle, he runs into the ref. I'm not sure if that would have been he helps slow the guy down. But from this angle, just so we're setting the stage here, we're gonna watch Cedric Johnson. Okay, so that makes sense. Everyone on the same page? All right, break. You see Cedric Johnson reading the run. He got square first right away, and then he sees the tight end coming across to pick him up. He's going to take the fight to the tight end and get underneath him. And the play goes to the middle. So that was that. Anyone want to watch that ref get knocked over again? Man, he grabbed his head right away. I wonder if they took him out. Let's see. All right, Daijahn Anthony is in the slot again here to our side, playing zone. He's just going to drop into coverage here as the two safeties are going to basically split. Looks like maybe quarters because Anthony's coming back to this area right here. So we're not going to get much from Anthony, I think, on this play. We will focus on Cedric Johnson and see what happened as we got a deep ball. I mean, yeah, that's the fun right there of attacking. All right, let's get back here on Cedric Johnson. I'll watch him again. So this left tackle, we've seen some games of his where he's been impressive. But in this game, Cedric Johnson gets credited with 5 pressures. And you're going to see him here go directly to hesitation, then power. He can't really go inside here, even though he's attacking this shoulder, and he can't go inside because that left guard is coming over and helping. So what we saw there is good pop and good strength. Didn't have the ability to disengage after that. Right, Anthony with eyes inside again here as he's in the slot. Go for a little press, and we've got a run play up the middle that Anthony will follow and chase inside. And we eyes on Johnson, number 2 at right defensive end. He's going to play the run again and then attack. So far we've seen 2 of these plays, same thing, where they're going to bring a blocker from the other side, pull a tight end over. I think it's a tight end again. I can't really see here, but he's going to take the fight to them and not allow him to get to him first. Stand that guy up. It might have been a guard, actually, which, if that's the case, very good battle. These 2 guys locking horns and going at it. Yeah, it was a guard. So let's watch it again. They're going to pull the guard over. Johnson's going to take it to him. Yes. Bam. And he's in there on that run stop. So good run defense play by Cedric Johnson. Now we got a 3rd and 8. Daijahn Anthony is back, and he's going to drop back and go all the way to safety. So we've seen this before with Mike Hilton as well. We're going to, all right, he's our slot guy, but we're going to drop this guy back, and this is how it becomes a safety. Most teams in college are playing like this, where that slot guy is a safety. Let's watch him drop back into coverage here, get back into his deep. This is a cover 2, Tampa 2 looking situation. And we have a batted pass at the line. Let's watch Cedric Johnson and see how his pass rush went. He's on the right side again for us. He tried to give him an arm. So this is what the idea is here, is you're going to give him this left arm here. He's not really so he's going to take his approach to the center of the tackle, try and give him this arm, and then swat the outside arm, and then you want to rip with the left arm that he originally gave him. And he's unable to really win cleanly there. I don't know if the swat missed. I couldn't really tell. But then the next arm coming through ripping just was ineffective. All right, eyes back on Anthony in the slot here. Nothing happening for him. And it doesn't look like Cedric Johnson's out there. We've got a number 4 instead, so I will skip forward. Anthony back in the slot. Looks like he wants to blitz. So he's leaning forward, not anymore. We got a screen to that way, discount double check situation. And we've got, again, do these count as tackles? Do you call these missed tackles when a guy does this? Watching Anthony here. He's going to come underneath and try and take the legs out, go low. I mean, if the help wasn't there, that's a missed tackle in my opinion. That's dropping your eyes, not wrapping up, just trying to hit the thigh pad of the tight end. Willing, but we'd like to see him finish that, right? 3rd and 1 now. Let's see what we get. Anthony's back at safety this time. Looks like Johnson may be out there. No, that's number 4 again. None of our guys got involved, so we'll keep it moving. Anthony's back at safety again. I don't know if you saw that. I don't want to start it until we're sure. Jaden Daniels takes off. Let's watch Anthony again here is the deep. His eyes are on the other. He's got two safeties to the other side, and his eyes are definitely paying attention to what's going on over there. And as both receivers break to the middle, you see him throttle it down. I think he was only really watching for that post. I want to see Jane Daniels here split these two defenders. I mean, he takes a lot of big shots when he's running, and we'll play Daniels more than likely week 3 Bengals Commanders. That'll be the Ring of Honor game. He takes a lot of hits, so there to see him make a guy miss, or at least make it not a big hit. I'm watching the end on this side. I know it's not Cedric Johnson, but I wanted to see what happened, how he lost contain. He looks more like a defensive tackle type body. It looks like they're playing with like 3 defensive tackles and then 1 D end, 1 stand up edge type guy, which he was on the other side that time. All right, Anthony. No, we've got no receiver on this side unless we're bringing him in motion now. He's going to come down. We got a mess up on the option, it looks like. Cedric Johnson's still not out there, so we'll skip it. Johnson's out there now. So we've got things to look at here. Johnson is going to, and he's going to drop into coverage. So that's why I'm showing it now, because we want to make sure he stays within the screen here. First rep, we'll watch Anthony in the slot here. Then making contact and holding that guy up at his spot. Now eyes on Cedric Johnson, dropping back into coverage and getting underneath. Yeah, that's what we're looking for here. So I am assuming we've got a curl here and Johnson's going to get into the window. I haven't seen the rest of the play yet, but I wonder if we're going to come back route with the receiver and go towards the sideline. That's what would keep Johnson from getting in the passing lane. It is. Yep. Slipped out in his route though. Number 8. Oh, it was 11. It was Brian Thomas. Johnson probably could have gained more horizontal depth here. Watch, he gets back. Now you see as the quarterback's eyes are this way, you see 13's already drifting this way. I would like to see 2 get into the window just a little bit more. But again, this is not what he's supposed to do. But when you do call it, you need to run that effectively. And the Bengals will drop their DNs in the coverage about once per game. For each guy, sometimes it'll be Hubbard, sometimes it'll be Hendrickson or the backups. And when they do it, they're calling it because sometimes you can trick the quarterback or get a free rusher on the other side. Anthony's back at safety this time. And he had 1-on-1 with 8 there in the slot. And they didn't go for it. Daniels is running. Bam! Daijahn Anthony from the deep safety spots. I told you he takes big hits. Here's Anthony all the way back here. He's at the goal, and he sees Jaden Daniels running. And, he is full sprint. Are we past the line of scrimmage? We are right at the 25's line of scrimmage. I can see by the marker right here. That tells you where the line of scrimmage is. So Anthony recognizes it right now that the quarterback he can't throw the ball. So just go. Watch Anthony. Boom. Oh, yeah. I like that. Let's watch Cedric Johnson here before we get Anthony absolutely obliterating Jaden Daniels. Goes for the outside. Nothing there. Slips on the corner. Okay. Yes. What a hit. Look at the sideline erupt. Fantastic. I love it. Football, All right. Anthony back in the slot. And get involved. Good job. So he's looking for a flag here. Let's see what happened. Because he tries to undercut and go inside. And the rest of the defense filled that in. Okay, so 3 is right here at the corner of our screen, right at the edge. There's no hold there. Come on. But the rest of the Ole Miss defense does a great job of limiting that to a 4-yard gain. Anthony's back in the slot. Zone coverage comes over and helps. We don't have Cedric Johnson out there. First down now. Anthony's back at safety. And we got to throw over the middle. So we've got split safeties. Middle of the field is open, right? We've talked about this through our last year. If you've been watching for the last year, you got a safety this way, you got a safety this way. Typically, one of the middle linebackers is going to open and get to this area. Not always. So what that means is the middle of the field is going to be open. And we've got a LSU, I think this is Neighbors, cutting and running a post right to that. And you see Daniels already hitting that back foot. He's ready to throw. You need to, as a safety, probably close a little bit quicker than this, right? You see, like timing wise, if you even have one extra step, it is hard to defend this. Number one, because that is the open part of the field. Number two, uh, he could probably react a little bit faster. But as you can see, he doesn't place true safety all the time. And again, some people say, like, if you know defense, hey, there's not much you can do there. You're right. I mean, that is middle field open, as I said, but we've watched really good safeties close on that play before. See, like, this is a really good reaction out of Daijahn Anthony again. Anthony's at this safety spot here, and watch how quickly he just disregards Neighbors at number 8 here, right? Like, Neighbors is wondering why, because so quickly the Daniels knows where this ball needs to go, and he hits it to his running back. Like, that's great, fast processing. Anthony's with him, though. Anthony sees where it's going as well. You can see the as the receiver comes up this way, like, why is the safety just running like that? Oh, the play must be going that way. So Anthony, good recognition and reaction time on that one. Not that he can get involved in the play, but back at safety again. He's coming up. Nothing for our guys here. I wanted to see what he was reacting to. Is there a polar that he was reading? Oh, it's the tight end coming across. They've done that a couple times now. Each time they've run it. So I think he was just seeing that and stepping up on it. Which means I wonder if LSU will do that later and try to attack that, throw a deep ball there. His man coverage on the tight end, it looks like. What a throw. Did he catch that? Did Brian Thomas catch that? All right, so Daijahn Anthony down here. He's going to cover 86 at tight end. Going to get right in his hip pocket and run with him. Easy for him. And I don't remember this play from Thomas. Did I block it from my memory? Oh, maybe because we could never see what happened. I mean, they're acting like it's a touchdown. We got 21-7, Ole Miss over LSU. Anthony back at safety. Man, every time they bring 4 in for Johnson, whoever the backup is, he gets mauled. I mean, I know he's not supposed to be our focus, but watch him here. Watch 4 real quick. Yeah, that right tackle is having no part of that. Anthony in the slot, closest to us. I was going to say safety directly above him. So anytime you see that safety directly behind another DB, I was expecting a blitz here, or he's going to come down and try and hit this screen. I didn't see what type of swing route or what we had going on here. Yeah, it's more of a swing. See, he does his job forcing the running back to the outside. That outside defender, that corner, needs to stay with it, and we're not going to get a great angle of it. But Anthony did his job, and the corner failed to do his. Can we get Cedric Johnson back out there? We cannot, not yet. Nothing for us there. Anthony just kind of pressed his guy and let him go. Oh my, Jaden Daniels. He is moving. He's fast. He is fast. That could be fun when we get to that game. Yeah, Anthony's got no chance to catch up on that. All right, Anthony back in the slot. Looks like we may have Cedric Johnson back out there. Oh, what a powerful run. Where did Anthony end up going? I kind of looked inside. All right, that's what that was. All right. I thought he was the one maybe getting mauled completely there. Let's watch Anthony. Keep your eyes on him. Don't try not to focus on the ball. Work with me here and watch him as the receiver comes up and wants all of the smoke. Yeah. He took him out. And that is Cedric Johnson, number 2 over there. Dealing with 50. Since we don't have many plays, I will go back here, even though not much happened. Cedric Johnson, we don't have too many plays with him out here. But he's going to go against 50, the guy who mauled 4 earlier. And Johnson does such a better job of maintaining his leverage and positioning. He just looks stronger. So far, I think we could say that off the, and what we get 5 or 6 reps out of him so far. He looks stronger. Oh, Anthony, finish it. I'm going to pause it right before the snap here so we can make sure we know which one. It's him right here, okay? So we got an inside run. We've seen how many times Mike Hilton has blown up an inside run like this. Like, go for it. Finish right there. Like, he hesitated and looked at the quarterback for a second? Man, you just got a knife in there and go for it. What's the risk reward there? Touchdown or tackle for a loss at the goal line situation, which could put them at the 2 or 3. I mean, that's a huge win. Go for it. I don't care if the quarterback pulls it out and runs your direction or not. Finish it. Now, was Cedric Johnson out there? My mistake. I cannot tell, actually, if that was 2 or not. I want to see if that was 2 on our side. It was 2. Okay, great. So he's going to be at left defensive end. He's going to be over the right tackle here. And it looks like he was. So Johnson is right here. This guy right here. And he's going to kick inside and go, it looks like directly over the right tackle. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Pretty much over him. Now keep an eye on Johnson here because he's going to deal with a double team of the right tackle and the tight end. He's got to stand him up, get eyes in the backfield. And he does. You see him? You see his 2 eyes? He's on it. He sees 3, sees what's happening. Can he completely shed the right tackle 50? It's just he doesn't have enough time. He gets hit right in the face mask by the running back. And that ball's over the goal line. It's a good battle, good fight for him. Again, shows some good power, shows some good run defense. Anthony back in the slot. And they go the other direction. Cedric Johnson is out here. He's on against the left tackle, right defensive end, our left side. So he's again going to take an inside step, going to try and go out. No, he turns it into power. Gets a little bit of power underneath him. Keep an eye on him. You'll see the power he gets. He gets that tackle to reset. Anthony back in the slot. Oof. Uh-oh. All right, so let's get eyes on Johnson again. Again, 66 on the left side. Are we going to get a stunt? Yes, we are. Great. And he does a good job timing it. And really, you can see he's got a clear path to the quarterback now. Let's see if you can finish it. But it was a really good timing and angle. He really got the left guard to overcommit to the left. He's got a wide open. I mean, geez, what a throw for Jaden Daniels. I mean, this guy is bearing down on you. He's going to hit you square in the chest. I mean, that's a great wrap-up hit, too. And he's going to feather this. Daniels is feathering this over the linebacker in front of the other DB. Oh, nails it. Absolutely nailed it. What a throw. So we got our first pressure out of Cedric Johnson there. We should have 4 more according to PFF. Oh, does he get that? Good job. All right, I didn't see where Anthony was, though, but it looks like he was blitzing. So Anthony's coming all the way up. He was back at safety to start this. He's going to come up, and there he is right here. It looks like he's going to try and scream around this edge to make a play on the run. So first we'll watch Anthony. Maya's Ron Johnson originally. There he goes. Anthony, finish. Get down from behind. The other guys make the play. Really, when you blitz that safety or a nickel corner from the other side, you're saying you're not going to be able to cut back on us. But let's watch Cedric Johnson. Looks like he made a really good run defense play again. So eyes on him. Oh, so we jumped inside. I see. So he's taking on. Whenever you do that, you disrupt the flow of the offensive line blocking. He's going to slow down 66 from getting to the second level. So now you're one-on-one, keeping your eyes on the outside, keeping your head clear. Sometimes you'll see these guys, their head will dip inside and then they have no vision of the ball carrier. You can see his eyes are still right there. He's still peeking at that ball carrier, trying to keep eyes on him, keep awareness of him. He does a good job disengaging as 25 comes up to force the running back inside. Here's Cedric Johnson getting off the left guard and wrapping up, helping that trio of Ole Miss Rebels to make the tackle. Good job, Cedric Johnson. Which one's Anthony? Okay, looks like this one's Anthony. Going back into a deep safety position. I don't see Cedric Johnson. Nope, they took him out again. What's up with the guy's stamina, or is it just a full rotation? Can we get more than 3 plays in a row? But that's honestly sometimes that's where you find gems. These guys that go in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, sometimes they didn't play too much or they didn't have the statistical production. So when you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, okay, didn't have it. It doesn't have the height, the speed, the pedigree, didn't have 10 sacks or 10 tackles for a loss. Yeah, but it's because he didn't play more than half the time. So 4 is absolutely getting demolished out there. Like, I can't watch 4 and think this guy should be out there over Cedric Johnson. So here's 4 here. Remember to use that. Sorry for the guys that can't see that. If you're watching on your phone, hard to see my arrow. Watch 4. Absolutely destroyed. I mean, give me Cedric Johnson at this point, guys. Come on. Stop messing around, Ole Miss. You guys got a lead here against LSU. 28-14. 5 minutes left in the half. Anthony's blitzing. Anthony right there, number 3. Right next to the ref. I think he ends up with the pressure in this game also. Daijahn Anthony does. So we have to keep an eye on how often they send him. Oh, we got a fade. One-on-one with Brian Thomas. Slot fade. What's the call? Come on. Where are these refs? Are they down a ref? All right. So Anthony versus Thomas, guy who ended up being a first-round pick of the Jags after they traded back. But he's going to – and how many times did the Bengals get beat by the slot fade, right, last year? So when we talk about guys, being able to play the slot as a safety, typically you want them to be a little bit more athletic than this. And to be honest with you, even Mike Hilton struggles with this. And Chidobe Awuzie struggles with this. It's just you get them flat-footed and then change direction. Can you match the athleticism of a first-round receiver? That's tough. It is very, very tough. I mean, that should be a touchdown. I don't see a call, but 31-21 now. Ole Miss their offense must be handling their business. Looks like we have Cedric Johnson out there closest to us on the left side. Yes. Okay, so Cedric Johnson again is back out there. So let's make a note of it. Let's make sure we're watching. He's going to go inside again. Like, can we watch him run the arc at all? So slight hesitation going inside, but this guard has nobody to keep his attention. It looks like we're only rushing 3. Yeah, so you're not going to get home. But let's see the hustle. Does he stay with it? Yeah, I mean, the whole D-line does. They're energized this game. They got a 10-point lead. Daijahn Anthony back at safety, the deepest of the 2 safeties. And, yeah, I mean, that's just tough. That's tough for him to In a cover 2 situation, you've got a flat defender going here, number 3. So this corner has to respect it and can't get the depth back here that you would probably like if you're going to have the route being a corner route from the slot. Just tough because he's going to run. He's going to get on him. You're going to keep him honest and keep him in right here because what we say, cover 2 is middle of the field open, right? If there's an open spot, it's right here. But there also is windows versus cover 2 because this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy's here, and then we'll get a linebacker underneath in that area. There are also windows in cover 2 right here. And I wanted to make that a different color. I wanted to make that here. So there are also windows. I've talked about middle field being open. There's also this hole shot. You got that money shot there. And so he's got to respect, Daijahn Anthony's got to respect the inside. But at the same time, this is tough because you got a two-way go. You can hit either hole in this situation. And he does, hits the outside spot. Anthony arrives with some power and some intensity. Let's watch him here, number 3. We'll go back and watch Cedric Johnson and see what he did. Okay. Now let's watch Cedric Johnson from the right end spot going against 66. Hour left. We're going to go with inside power again. I mean, let's do something. Let's try and the ball's coming out quick. So you got to, I don't think you're going to get him to make a blocking mistake on something as simple as that. Anthony is way back this time. He is the single lone free safety. And we actually have Jaden Daniels holding onto the ball and then running. So I hope Cedric Johnson's out there. It looks like number 4. No, that's 2. Great. Let's watch Cedric Johnson with enough time to pass rush. You only get sometimes in a game 5 to 10 chances to actually pass rush. Let's watch him and see if he has a plan this time. Okay, so we've got a blitz around the outside. So he has to go inside again. That's part of the scheme in the defense. But he beats that guard across his face. You see, look at Cedric Johnson again. Eyes on the ball. Very consistent whenever I watched him. He was aware of where the ball is, consistently getting eyes on it. And then, hey, I even like this right here. You see that little windmill with the right arm, and then these feet are angled towards the quarterback, showing the ability to have a little bit of ankle flexion to get around the corner. It's just that no one else provided any type of rush. Johnson did a good job. He flashed enough. You could even count that. That may be one of his pressures. Anthony's back at looks like he's going to be the free safety. In a cover 3 situation, we got a quarterback draw. And Johnson's not out there, so we'll skip over the evaluation here as Daijahn Anthony doesn't get involved into that play. Minute left in the second quarter now. LSU is picking up the pace, trying to get into scoring position before this half ends. We're going with a slot fade again, and that one is dropped into number 2. Like, can you believe it? How many slot fades can we get for touchdowns in one game? Watch where this ball placement lands. Fantastic ball. Jaden Daniels, have a game. And the cameraman sucks over here. Oh, no, we got it. Laid just on the outside shoulder. Lands in his armpit. Yeah, man. 35 seconds left. LSU got the ball. We got both players out there. Oh, we got a pressure from. Let's go back because I want to keep eyes on Daijahn Anthony. Okay, not much for him there. That's fine. He's just picking up the next guy. Got 8 coming across. Man, what a shot. You're flexing, but LSU just got a big play with 30 seconds left. Anyway, here is our boy Johnson, Cedric Johnson. Let's watch him rush. Okay, so this is the move he tried to hit earlier. Oh, tough. He falls at running that arc. Let's watch again. He's going to attack the middle and then aim for the outside corner. I want to make sure I draw this out here because I want you to know what I'm talking about. This hand right here is doing a great job. That's the hand he's swiping with to knock this hand down right here. So as the outside hand is right here, you're going to knock it in, and it should give you a clear path to cut this corner and attack this shoulder, and it does right there. What happens to him just a little bit here is he gets knocked back a little bit too far away from the left tackle. what I always look for at this point now is how your feet land. It looks like his foot is going to land with a nice angle towards the quarterback. And there was an example when they drafted Jordan Willis and Carl Lawson the same year. Willis would often land after beating guys with his feet like this. Where do you think you're going to go if your feet land that way? You're going to run the arc, you're going to be way wider. Carl Lawson had really good feet, really good technique, and he would land facing the direction he wants to go. So I didn't want to do all that. So one more frame here for Cedric Johnson. Very good. Feet are landing square. He's aiming towards where he wants to go with it. He should be able to cut this. And you see here, good recovery by the tackle to turn this from a pressure to stay as a pressure. Don't let it turn into a sack. You can see the feet, again, are angling towards where he wants to go. Good job by Jaden Daniels getting away from it, finding an open player. Oh, that ball was incomplete. My bad. Hey, 9. I'm sorry. You did your thing. Good hit. I was talking a little bit of shit earlier. My bad. Anthony in the slot. He's blitzing. And we got pressures by both guys. Potentially both guys here. Both of our day 3 prospects, Anthony and Cedric Johnson. Johnson looks like he is right here. Okay. And then we're going to get Daijahn Anthony coming from this. We may watch this play a couple times here to make sure we get both guys, eyes on both guys. Okay, so Cedric Johnson, again, same type of pass rush plan. Either faking inside or going straight down the middle, and then he's going to try and win around. I'm going to focus on Johnson first. Can he knock this outside hand down? He cannot. Did he try to lift it? I don't know what he tried there, actually. I'm watching full speed. Nah, that right tackle got good hands on him. Both guys get pressures here. And yet Daniel still finds a way to escape it and find a guy open. Good job by Brian Thomas Jr., actually. Watch this right here. This is just football. Watch Brian Thomas lock eyes with Daniels. See how everyone is running with Daniels in the same direction? Watch Thomas slow down. Watch Thomas slow down and let everyone out overrun it. That made him wide open. That's a really good job by him. Really heady play. Anthony in the slot. Looks like he's in man coverage. And the throw goes underneath as 8 fell. I think that's Johnson to our left. It is. We're just running him inside against the tackling guard again. Not much going on there. Anthony's back at safety. And we got Cedric Johnson in the game as well. Neither guy gets totally involved. Johnson's down on the left side, our left side. In a 2-point stance, run goes the other way. No difference between 2-point stance, 3-point stance, right? Or 4-point stance. 2-point stance is just you're on your 2 feet. 3-point is 1 hand down, 2 feet, 1 hand down. 4-point, you'll see guys sometimes get both hands in the ground and rush that way. I actually always like that. Not much for the evaluation purposes on this play, even though we have Johnson on the left side there. He's kind of got a double team. Ball comes out so quickly. This play is not worth much for us. Anthony's coming down into the box. The play gets limited to a short game. Let's watch Cedric Johnson here go inside. Hey. He's good against the run, man. We've seen quite a few plays now that make me believe this just off this game. He's going to bounce inside until he gets to the running back and just continue to flow with it and get off blocks consistently. So first one here, he's going to lock up with 50, but he's going to get inside. Now he's locked up with the guard. Now he's going to get inside one more time, and that's him right here on the defensive or on the running back that's putting a shoulder into his ribs, and he locks it up and limits it. I mean, we've seen him make quite a few plays, or at least flash enough, and I've wondered where the help is on the defensive line. Is it just him, really? And yeah, I think he's still got a ways to go as a development prospect too as well. Let me get back on Daijahn Anthony here. He's a safety. on this side of the field. We got the same situation going again, right? Cover 2, and we're going to run the corner route. This time, he seems like he's on it a little bit more, but still, that's open. This corner, if anything, is on it a little bit more. He's not all the way down here covering the flats. He's more, hey, you want to throw it? I'm going to bounce back, and I'm going to take that thing from you. So Anthony does his job there. Oh, we're still running. Damn. Anthony is, I mean, every time Jaden Daniels is scrambling, I'm like, okay, the play's over. And our man's like leaving. He is not done. He turns into a heat-seeking missile on these. Oh, yes. And a flag. I don't care. I do not care. Let's watch Cedric Johnson real fast. We'll get back to Daijahn Anthony's hit on this. Going inside. Yep, you got double teamed. Nothing you can do there. Okay. Now we're gonna pause it. Eyes back on Daijahn Anthony. He's gonna be behind where my face is down here. Oh, it was late. It was late. We got a 3-point lead here in the third quarter. We got a late hit on the quarterback. All right, Anthony has the deep free safety. Come on, Anthony, you got to finish. Finish. He's still running through you. Eyes on Cedric Johnson at left defensive end right here. Watch his initial push and jolt into this tackle. That'll give you an idea of what his power looks like. Yep. Just a little bit. That tackle looks pretty strong from what we've seen. He's getting under him and at least halting his advance and getting him off balance with that initial strike. All right, Anthony, is he blitzing? He looks like it. Run blitz, maybe. Set the edge. Good job. And it looks like we got Cedric Johnson with the tackle. So Anthony does his job from a mental standpoint, making sure he keeps that contained, make sure he keeps that running back inside. And this looks like Johnson right here, unless I'm mistaken. Let's see here. Yeah, it is. Okay, so he's going to go head up with the guard as Anthony is the one who takes the attention of the tackle. And you see leverage-wise, first of all, that strike and that target point that he hits, and he's lifting this guard, very nice from Cedric Johnson. And he actually gets maybe a step or two of an advantage, losing ground at right guard there, and he is underneath. He is absolutely locking that guy out. Peeks inside. I want to get back to that. I want to show you again, eyes for Cedric Johnson. Eyes inside. You see that right there, how he peeked inside? He sees the running back going outside and disengages, makes the tackle. That is a really good run defense play. You're going to stay on rosters. You're going to make an NFL team if you can defend the run at the very least. So many guys just want to rush the passer. If you can take your role and say, all right, I'm going to be a run defender and I'm going to play and I'm going to at least do the dirty work for you. You're going to play in the NFL for a long time. And he had 5 pressures in this game. This may be another one. Daniels may have gotten in on this. I want to go back and make sure we're eyes on Anthony. All right, Anthony's a safety to our right here. Looks like he could be blitzing. Nope, he's coming down and covering the tight end. Does he get in and help make a play here? Oh, he's the last guy to make contact on Jaden Daniels at the 1-yard line. Put a pin in that. Eyes on Cedric Johnson at right defensive end, our right side. Okay. Not much there to say. Here's Anthony, and we got Jaden Daniels running this way. So to reset there, Anthony. He looks like he kept him out. Good job. Good hustle. We've got good plays by both players in this game. What a game against LSU for both guys so far. Some big plays out of Anthony. Some nice disruptive plays out of Johnson. Anthony did get beat for that touchdown, but give me any nickel or safety in the league trying to cover Brian Thomas on a slot fade, and I'm going to expect very similar results. Especially when Jaden Daniels is on point in this game the way he is. He's dropping dimes. All right, get underneath. Let's see reaction time here. You're on the slot receiver. He's going to try and walk you off. And then as he turns, Anthony kind of opens. As he turns here and comes back, Anthony kind of opens this way. You would like to see a more plant and get back towards the receiver. There it is. So the second step, his first step was just off a little bit. Second step, good. Click, close now on him. If we can limit that to a 4 or 5 yard catch, we'll take that all day as a defense. I'll give you 4 yard catches all day long. And yes, I know that'll eventually can be first downs, but and I think that was for a first down, but the chances of you eventually having a holding call or a false start or a pass bounce off the receiver's hands and go in our hands are too great. I just don't want to give up the big explosives. Anthony was a deep safety there. I don't think we've got Cedric Johnson on the field for this one. Does not look like it. I'll skip it. 7 minutes left in the third. This is a long tape. Uh-oh. Oh, missed tackle. 13. You had to come with that one. Johnson's not out there. That's Anthony right in front of us. He's trying to communicate. He goes off to the right side. I mean, 13 just enough to slow him down. That could have been a touchdown, I guess, but still. All right, Anthony's clearly here with the marker on him, the arrow on him. He's deep safety. Looks like a cover 2 situation again. No, maybe not. Cover 3. Yeah, so it's a good job by Jane Daniels because it originally looked like a cover 2 by having both safeties split off like there. But then I looked to the other side and I saw he's got one, and he's got one. So that's actually looks like a cover 3 situation. So in middle of the field closed because you got a safety here and you can't run this corner because Anthony's going to be right on it. He instantly said, okay, I need to have a different boundary option open. It must be this guy over here since this corner on the other side is backing off into a cover 3. Watch him turn. See how he scanned the field real fast? Excuse me on that. I'll go back for you. Scan. All right, it's got to be the last guy. And again, we're talking about a 1-2 yard gain, but processing, and this is why you want to have your pass rushers out there. You get so lulled to sleep on defense with these quick passes. But these are the plays where you want a pass rusher that can win one-on-one, and why you want to have a guy to unleash and still unleash them even on plays that are coming out fast. Those are your chances. You only get a few of them where you're going to confuse the guy. Oh, good. See, that is okay. Very similar situation earlier where I said, I felt like he could have clicked and closed a little bit faster than that. Watch Daijahn Anthony here. Like he's almost anticipating now, right? Look at him leaning in already. He's not expecting this receiver to go downfield or anything like that. He's already starting to transition into, like that's what you want it to look like. Neighbors is such a freak that he makes it a glancing blow. But watch how fast Anthony comes down on it. And he limits the play. I mean, the other corner's in there right away and finishes the tackle. But that's Anthony's mental processing. And he looked really fast once he's running forward there. I wish we could have got wish we could have seen it. But again, that's a really good play for him. I believe he gives up 5 catches in this game for like 51 yards and a touchdown. But he has 7 tackles as well. We're getting Johnson back on the field. He's at the left side there, left defensive end standing up, 2-point stance, and we're stunting him inside. And he flashes in front of the quarterback. So another stunt. What you do on the offensive line and defensive line in college to NFL, it's why these guys take so long to develop. Like we really have not seen him have like a true, like, I'm just going to pin my ears back, get wider, get like a wide 9 and just run it. All right, Anthony's communicating. Looks a little stressed about something here. And we got Cedric Johnson getting into the slot here. It looks like to get on number 2. So just from an interesting pre-snap thing here, I don't know how the tight end ends up. Must be a bench route, ending up one-on-one with Daijahn Anthony, but let's see how that works out. No, he just goes straight, and they're jumping on these guys underneath and leaving Anthony one-on-one with the safety. And Daniels, I mean, he processed that very quickly. He saw that corner jump, and he's hitting 86. 86 is recognizing it right away. Anthony's coming down. I mean, there's nothing he can do there. You got to hold your water a little bit longer as the outside guy. Here's Cedric Johnson in coverage. Let's see how he does. Again, I mean, there's nothing to say. It's a defensive end trying to drop into coverage. It's only impressive when they make a play. Anthony at safety to our right side here. He's going to come in. I thought he was coming up to make that tackle. Nope. All right, Cedric Johnson, left defensive end, 2-point stance. Let's watch him. So this one, that right tackle looks really good, right? Like he has strong hands. He locks in. We have a 40-42 game now with 14 minutes left to go. LSU is on top. Let's see if they start running the ball. Cedric Johnson's not out there still. Second and 10 now. That might be Johnson out there. All right, Anthony came down. Now he's dropping back. Oh, what a hit. Where'd that guy come from? The linebacker. Oh. I want to watch that play again. Man. And that wasn't Johnson at end. That was number 4 again. 4 is a little skinnier. Watch 8 here, though. That's what I was looking at. Sorry. I got a little caught up in it. Watch 8 come down and fill this right in the middle. Boom. But the running back may have laid the hit on that one. Still 3rd and 9 now. Ole Miss needs to stop, get the ball back. We got a 2-point game, 4th quarter. Oh, we've got a play by the defense. And finally, they got Jane Daniels to hold the ball, and they're actually blitzing again. The only place he probably could have hit this, I'm talking Jaden Daniels here, is this guy's going up. Maybe you could have thrown this between that linebacker and the safety. Maybe. I can't see where his eyes are really. But as soon as he tries to go make a play, so good coverage on the back half. Anthony really didn't have a big assignment in that, but Cedric Johnson over here, it's got to be him. Yep, bigger. He's going to go inside again, as he's done the whole time, stressing out that tackle, but the tackle recovered and does a good job. We've got a twist coming. Can't tell if that was a linebacker. He looks like a linebacker. Doesn't look like a defensive tackle. And he's going to be the guy to grab Daniels around the waist, gets the ball to pop up, and the play is finished. Ole Miss holds. Let's see the next time we see him on the field if they took the lead or not. They don't look like it in that flash, but sometimes that's not in the right order. No Cedric Johnson out there. Daijahn Anthony is to our left. Doesn't really get involved on this one. We got a holding there. Anyways, thank you. Thank you, ref. Holding number 11 like crazy. Ended up hurting the other defensive tackle because of it. Yeah, it's still 40-42. We got 10 minutes left. Anthony transitions to deep free safety on this one, and we should wrap this up. Looks like we got it. So you can see how much you can do with Anthony from a versatility perspective. Like he's up here playing the slot, and then look at him all the way back right at the snap. And 25 is the one that comes up. They replaced each other basically. And 25 is actually the one that, watch 25 is the deep free safety. Watch them. They're talking, they're communicating. I'm going to go be basically the slot guy on that side. And he does a good job of forcing that play back into the help. And we've got a run stop because of it. 2nd and 18 now after the hold and then the stop there. Anthony in the slot. Daniels is running for it. This should make it a 3rd and long. Nothing for us to see. 3rd and 11. Ole Miss needs a stop. Daijahn Anthony in the slot again. And Cedric Johnson's out there. Oh, no. Got a crossing route here, number 2. All right, let's watch Cedric Johnson. Right there. Left defensive end. Like these are your chances to rush. And again, we've got a 2-hand, long arm, strong punches by this right tackle. And you see Johnson's hand, his left arm is on that hand. Can he get it disengaged? Not really. And that's why he gets stoned there completely. And Anthony's right here getting blocked. Big play for LSU when Ole Miss had a chance to get the ball back again. We're at 8.5 minutes now. 2-point deficit. Daijahn Anthony right in the middle, right in front of the safety. He's going to drop back all the way. We got a false start or something on that. It was Cedric Johnson getting the offsides call. But keep an eye on Johnson, though. Even though he gets offsides, he gets back. I mean, that's as clean as a win as he's had. Broken play type stuff, though. Is that a touchdown? Because that might be a touchdown. Brian Thomas absolutely destroyed you guys in this game. Wow. Nice hustle, Johnson, number 2. Let's watch him on this play. He's standing up to the right, playing left defensive end. Remember, that's always from the defense's perspective when I say left or right defensive end. Left defensive end, our right. And he's going to see what's happening here. He sees the tight end come across and leak out. He's going to chase after him. Good hustle. Tight end felt that hit. They're down by 2 again. We're under 5 minutes. We need to stop. Daijahn Anthony coming down on the slot, maybe. Daniels is going to keep it. Everyone's got to do their job. Ooh, what a collision. I just like watching football. I don't care who. Give me 2 teams. I don't care who they are. Let's get a 2-point game at the end. Let's see guys playing as hard as possible. I mean, we're hurting each other out there. It's part of the game. You got to get a stop, though. Daijahn Anthony is going to run with 8. He is. You could have thrown that ball to him. And we got to stop. We got to run stop here. Ole Miss is going to have a chance. We're going to get a third down situation. Yeah, that's Cedric Johnson there getting blocked by the tight end on the left defensive end, our right side. 84 is going to try and block him. 84 doesn't have a chance. Doesn't even affect him. Watch him. Johnson is stout. You can see he's got a very thick lower half. All right, eyes on Anthony. Oh, 8. Oh, why didn't you throw that, Daniels? Good job. Daniels had about a half a second to make that decision to throw it to 8, and he didn't throw it. I want to go back here because Cedric Johnson's going to be involved in this play. Obviously, we got a sprint option for the quarterback going to the right, going towards Cedric Johnson. So watch how Johnson plays this against 50, who's had good power. Gets to the outside, stays outside. Now Hunt. Yeah, he did his job. Did it very well, actually. Neighbors wants a penalty for something. I didn't see what it was. All right, Anthony's in the slot. Nothing really going on in that direction. We got crossing routes again. Oh, no. Oh, my. Big play down the sideline. Johnson's in the game. He's at right defensive end in a 4-point stance. Talked about this earlier, right? 1 foot, 2 foot, 2 hands. 4-point stance. They don't want that. Clear it. Again, he cannot win on the outside arc. You got to knock these hands down more cleanly. Pause it right there because you got to knock this down and then rip to defend yourself. He can't get that hand down and can't rip. He cannot string together moves yet. Big play. And we are, Ole Miss is up 55-49. So eyes on Anthony in the slot. Let's see what he does here. Is he a man? What's he doing? He's covering number 8. And we got a drop ball by LSU. Cedric Johnson, right defensive end, our left. I mean, basically, that's all the move he's got. He's got a hesitation to step, and then he tries to do a club rip to the outside. 26 seconds left. This is your chance to rush Cedric Johnson. Come on, let's go. I'm watching Anthony press there. Oh, Oh, yes. Hey, let's move Cedric Johnson back to the other side here. Play him at left defensive end. And we need a play, Cedric Johnson. We need a pass rush win. There we go. There's a little bit. There we go. Watch this. This is what I was going to say. He's a little bit better here this time. Okay. He's knocking one hand away. Lift the other hand off of him. Here comes the rip. Again, his feet. Good. You can tell he's going to run this angle. Daniels does a poor job here. So I wouldn't even say that's a win for Cedric Johnson. But once you get to this point here, can you track? Can you hunt? Can you get there? And man, Daniels almost ended the game on this throw. This is bad. This is worse play by Daniels than it is the tackle or anybody else. But Johnson finally, I mean, that is a pressure. You get credit for a pressure there. Not a high quality win, I wouldn't say, but we will take that, no doubt about it. Given the situation, I was just calling for it. We need it. Oh, is that a horse collar? What was that? Watching Johnson. This is a better. See, this is a more complete win for Johnson. This is what I was talking about. Getting out wide 9 and getting a chance to rush. Getting this and having this angle like that. Like I said, he didn't have too many opportunities to do that throughout the game. They just weren't asking him to do it. These are clear pass rushing situations. Let's watch him. There's a win, right? You've got him. Where's his butt facing? The tackle's butt facing. He's facing the safeties. Daniels already started running, so yeah, that's a horse collar. You're giving LSU a chance, buddy. What are you doing? 12 seconds left. Looks like we're on the 20-yard line. Anthony's in the slot. Oh, he just got beat off the line, and that's open. I was watching Anthony when I was saying that was open. If you want to see, he's in the slot here against number 2. Watch 2 shimmy, and then bang, snap this off. If he could have got this guy to move a little bit more, but Daniels maybe could have. There's no timeouts. You can't be thrown over the middle of the field, right? Let's take end zone shots. So Cedric Johnson out there. Let's watch. Yes. Going against 66, right defensive end, our left. And he's going to try and just cut between the two. Those plays are worthless to us in an evaluation perspective. I know he's doing his job. 5 seconds left now. This is the last play, more than likely. Let's try and watch Daijahn Anthony here. Keep our eyes on him, see if he can stay with the receiver, make a play on the ball maybe. They're going to try and throw it over the middle to where Anthony is. Incomplete. Ole Miss hangs on to win this game. We're going to watch this a couple times here, not only because Daijahn Anthony ends up at the catch point, but because Cedric Johnson looks like he got pressure there. So let's keep an eye first on Cedric Johnson, see how that went for him on the final play of the game. Again, we try to go with the long arm. You got to give it to him and then pull it away and then beat the outside hand. So let's see. There's the long arm. Can you give it to him, pull it away, and then beat the outside hand? He looks like he misses with that. And that's why he gets shoved backwards. And then he's got to beat a running back that's come over to help. He does split the two of them, stays on his feet. Like, that's the most impressive part to me, is the staying on your feet. This is what keeps you alive and into this play. There you go. Now you're hunting. Now you're chasing him down. You're making Daniels run around and continue to go with it. Now pause it here. We have a guy open, right? Not we, but LSU. And this is Daijahn Anthony over on this side. So the ball is up. We're going to get a jump ball situation. And man, probably as good of a ball you could throw. High point. Just a collision of all these bodies at the same time makes that incredibly hard to catch. There's Anthony on the ground right there. So that was 2 day 3 picks for the Bengals out of the same school, Cedric Johnson and Daijahn Anthony. I think both have a chance to make the roster. I said that before we started that film up against LSU. First, we'll start with Daijahn Anthony. I think with Daxo moving the corner, that leaves you with 3 locks at that position. Obviously, Geno Stone, Vaughn Bell, Jordan Battle. You feel good about the safety position with those 3. Tyson Anderson was very good on special teams before he got hurt last year, but he's been hurt 2 years in a row now. Let's see how that develops and see how that goes. Remember, they traded up for Tyson Anderson 3 years ago already now. But they have very often kept 5 safeties in the past. And is that how Daijahn Anthony makes it? Or is he destined for the practice squad this year and you see what happens in a year or two? I think that's most likely, but I consider making the roster of the practice squad as well, because those are the guys you call up first when injuries happen. They find a way to play at some point during the season a lot of times. So I think Anthony, at the very least, could be a strong safety type. He did some free safety stuff in this game as well, but he looks like he has potential to be a nickel. And at the very least, a special teams guy as that final safety that has versatility to play multiple positions on the back half, which would be very nice and get you active on game day. As for Cedric Johnson, obviously the youngest guy of the two, the younger of the two, the Bengals have done this. I think first I want to say he looks like he's good against the run. Looks strong, right? Looks like he's got a good body for the NFL. Doesn't have a pass rush plan and doesn't execute his pass rush plans when he does have one. So the Bengals have done this often with their defensive ends. Not just Myles Murphy last year, who you would say very similar things about, but Joseph Ossai was a former linebacker that moved to D end. And while he probably had better agility and burst, he still needed to work on his moves a lot coming out of Texas. And then I would also say guys like Cam Sample weren't expected to be high-end pass rushers, were more of disruptive power run defending ends, even at Tulane for Cam Sample. But then guys even like Jeff Gunter, right, who will probably compete directly with Cedric Johnson and see if he can unseat Gunter, who's been a practice squad guy, who has been active a couple times in his career. Is that where he's destined also to be the D end you keep on the practice squad? I would like, because they're going to have to develop one of these guys, right? They're really banking on Murphy, Sample, Ossai, Gunter, Johnson. One of these guys need to step up and be able to be a starter for you. Obviously, the favorite and the bets are on Myles Murphy to do exactly that. But I still think there's a chance for Joseph Ossai and maybe one of these young guys, one of the depth guys. Cam Sample plays a lot, but maybe one of these young depth guys can be a fourth or fifth defensive end for the team and help round out that roster. But fun game to watch, I would say. This has been Bengals on the Brain, episode 86, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. Until next time, Hooday.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.